Okay, hello everybody. Hello everybody, welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I don't think the mic's working yet. Hold on. It may be, but it may not be. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me. Thumbs up. The audio mixture is kind of weird because it looks like it's registering music, but I don't know if that's music from the desktop or the speakers. So I guess we'll never know. Again, I'm back on OBS because the other software was giving me garbage. So welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. Happy Thursday. I hope you're doing well. Sorry about the hair. Need a haircut. Today we're going to be doing some studio designing. I got a handful of microfighters that could be worked on, so that's what I'm going to do. And yeah, we'll just go with that. Now, as I go between scenes in OBS, I don't know that the audio will change, and I may muck with the audio a little bit. We'll see how it goes. There's some background music. Okay, cool. Like I said, there's like a single audio input, and there's an audio output, which I don't know if the audio output is different. That may be different. Yeah, that's gonna pick up music but then there's desktop music. So that may echo. I don't know if that's gonna be different or not, but have you got a micro? No, but it is on my list. The mystery machine is on my list. The whole reason I haven't done that is who do you put in it? Do you put Shaggy? You put Scooby? I think that's on my list. So I've got this list here, non-Star Wars, and let's see if the mystery machine is on here somewhere. I think I probably found a handful of cars and was like, yeah, let's go ahead and put the mystery machine on here. I guess it's not. We'll put it on here. Hello, Johnny. How are you? How was the rest of your build with the Mattel bricks set? Johnny was working on one of the new Mattel building interlocking brick systems the other day. So this was a commission that our lug somebody approached our lug wanting to have us do their truck, and this was their truck, the Epic Septic Tank truck. No on-screen chat today. Let's see, where does that go? Oh, I do have to turn that on. I forgot because this is not, it doesn't pick this up, and I'm wondering if there's a better way now that I have to give myself a little more time now. So you got to pop this out, and then you got to turn this on, and I don't know if that'll pick it up now. Should be good now. As long as I leave this window open. I forget which window I need to leave open. I don't think it's this one. I think I can close that. Yeah, this is the Social Stream Ninja app that I've got. It should work fine as long as I am not on that. So this is the truck that they sent that they wanted, and so this is the truck that I built. It's got a tube right here, and I've got a connection for those tubes here and here. And then the whip will go up into this pin right here. So this is a lot of fun. I've never built anything like this before. It's got a gap in between here that I don't like, but from the side it looks pretty good. I'm using the extension. So I'm using the extension. If you look, this is just the site. I'm actually using the extension in the chat right here. Social Stream Ninja. So if there's an app, I'll find that and use it. I'll do some research on it later. I may do another test stream over the weekend or something just to play around with the settings because I'm not 100% sure about the sound and everything. So, but yeah. So yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. And then the printing, Josh with UV Monster, part of our lug, he's going to print across these 10 tiles right here, their logo. So, and they were they liked this a lot. So now it's a matter of just shopping everything on Bricklink. I had to go back and forth on Bricklink and Lego Pick-a-Brick like we all do. I even tried to go to Brick Owl to try to get the cost down, see if there was anybody selling. The big expensive part on this was this radar dish in dark green. Most people were selling them for $1.50, but it only comes in one set in dark green. So people had that one set, so they had that part, and it was $1.50. Problem is I need 8 of them. And in order to get a bunch, there's this one person who's selling them for $6.50. So I would have to pay like $50 for these parts. And I wasn't really happy that they were doing that. So I excluded their store, and then, then it became, instead of 4 shops, it was 7 shops, and it was kind of a bummer, but $120 for 4 models. That's pretty good, I think. So today's beverage is Front Yard Brewing, a German Pilsner. I think I've had this before, so I got it again. Front Yard, I think, is out of Dallas. I forget where this is out of. And they always cover the back up. And I don't know where it's from. Spicewood, out of Spicewood, Texas. Which is pretty close. So hello everybody, good evening. Good evening, Dusty, Bev, Missy, Johnny. Thank you for being here as always. This isn't what I'm working on tonight, but this has also got the weird view. Nope, that's good. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, this turned out good, so I'm gonna leave it for now. But the models that I was gonna use do tonight, we've got an A-team. We can work on this with B.A. Baracus. And I should have that other one ready to go. Yeah, this Aurora class frigate. Aurora, spelled a little weird. This is the Slaver frigate from Star Wars, but this is Saw Gerrera using it. It's his partisan ship, so it's about how far we got on that. And then, like we saw in the A-team, there's a handful of Batmobiles, so I thought I'd do a new Batmobile. I don't have this one yet, at least I don't think. These are all under Microfighters, but they're not technically all Microfighters. They could just be called small cars. And I don't think I have... Yeah, I only have 2 Batmobiles. the 89, and then the animated series. And then I had a thing where I was trying to figure out all the different Batman, and I started doing the Batmobile here, but we finished it up. So there's, there's only so many cowls in studio, so you got to be creative with the torsos and the faces, right? You're hard at work on trees. Is that for mock? Before I get, I'm bringing 3 steampunk sections of Bricks and Brews. Excellent. That'll go well with my section. We can put all our sections together. So the one I wanted to work on was, if we look at classic Batman. My browser has been giving me fits lately. It does this thing where it doesn't register the search, and then the browser just sits there. So the TV show Batman, the Adam West Batman, is weird because I always picture him as a blue Batman, but I don't think he is. He's got this, it's like a dark blue, but it's almost black. So it's almost like this. I think this is more the classic Batman, right? So if we wanted to do, let's get him, and we'll do a new file. And this will be, we'll save it as Batmobile Classic. So this is going to be based off the one that Lego did. There is a Lego set of this, but it's the black with the red trim. I think this is a toy. It's not the real car. I think that's the real car. But yeah, so based off that. I think those will be fun. I don't know if we'll get to it today, but might be able to. Man, that music's loud. Oh, you're starting on Endor. Cool. Yeah. If you're gonna do it the same size as your Hoth stuff, that's gonna be all the trees. So I'll go ahead and leave this up. Don't need the Batman, but I want to finish this Aurora class fighter to start. So we'll come back to this, and it's a freighter. Beth's on her way home. I may need to take a pause from this when she gets home and talk to her. I think she had a rough day. We've had not a great couple days. I had some bad news about my brother. He's had a medical scare. He went in for a colonoscopy and got some bad news. So he's in the midst of it. It's brand new news. We don't really know a whole lot more than that. We'll know more in the coming days, but it's not great news. So we'll see what happens. And then I'm doing a sleep study, and I have a headache just thinking about it. And it's a home sleep study, frame of reference too. Horrible thing going on with my brother, but there's not much I can do about it. He's 16 hours and 1,200 miles away. But then frame of reference, I've got stuff going on here too. And so the stuff going on here, I think I tried to save Saw Gerrera. That's his ship right there. So the engines are a little flatter. I don't think I'm going to get a better look at it than this. I think I was mostly worried about getting this piece on there. And so I went to the cardiologist as a follow-up, and my blood pressure is still high, and they're gonna redo all the panels later. My cholesterol was high, and I'm trying to do the eat better and exercise more option for the next 6 months, see if it can have an impact, and if not, they'll put me on medication. He also asked if I had sleeping problems, and I was like, well, I don't sleep great every night because I just don't, but also my wife is narcoleptic, and we trade going back and forth. Trying to see if this attaches in the middle or not. It looks like it does, so I can attach this in the middle. We go back and forth with sleeping poorly. So he suggested doing a sleep study because not getting good sleep at night can raise your blood pressure in the morning, and that builds up, and over time you just have high blood pressure. I was like, well, we can try that. I'm no stranger to sleep studies. So last night was just brutal. Like, I could not sleep at all. Let's see if this gets any bigger if I open it in a new tab. Oh, it does. Cool. Tube in your nose. It's a loop. It goes in your nose, these little things. Goes around your ears, under your chin, and into a thing that you wear in your chest. It straps around, and then you've got a pulse oximeter on your finger. Not terribly intrusive. The thing on your chest is only about that big around, and if you roll over on it, it's no big deal. And you're supposed to put it in like right as you're falling asleep. So if you're sitting in bed reading for an hour, don't put it on. But I put it on and then could not sleep. Like, I don't think I slept all night. So they're going to get night one reading that's going to be terrible. And see, I want these to be... It's got to spin here. So I've got to get these to be able to rotate and lock rotate. So this needs to be on some sort of locking joint. I don't want it to just be floppy. Let's see. Can't really tell what the markings are on the side here. So yeah, last night was terrible. I think I was stressed about my brother, and Beth's had problems with her car recently, where she had to take it in to get the check engine light worked on because, hey Greg, because they wouldn't pass her inspection because the check engine light was on. So she took it into the dealership because they're like, we can't really do the check engine stuff here, and if there's recalls or anything on it, get your dealership to take a look at it. So she called the dealership, and they're like, yeah, bring it in. So she did, and she was there this was after she has Monday off, so she had this whole time planned out where she was going to work out. She was going to do some studying for her license. She was going to, I forget what else she said she was going to do, get her inspection done, all this stuff. And ended up just spending 5 hours at the dealership waiting for something to happen. And ended up having me come and pick her up after I got off work. And nothing was done. So they're like, we have to keep your car here for 24 hours. It might need parts if there's a recall. One of the recalls is a piece that we don't have here. We have to kind of send out for. I think I had to look at this. There's no really good look at this in terms of color. And I think I had to look at this on Disney. So I hope I don't get a strike for this, but Star Wars. This was... I think it was Andor, but I'm trying to remember which episode. It was season 2. Have you been to Coleman? That's my Forrest Whitaker. Have you been to Coleman? Trying to think which episode. It was the one where they were training a guy to be like this miner to help with this gas. Yeah, that's him. And at the very end, they like shoot the dude. This wasn't it, was it? Nope. I think it was the next episode. Okay. Sorry. You got tickets for The Conjuring 4. Outstanding. Ah, there we go. It was paused right on the spot I needed it to. So there's not really a good look at... We get the underside. We get what the engines kind of look like. The fact that this goes all the way back. And I think there's a better look later, but this is... We get the very front and the very back. That's all we get. We don't get the side. So I can make up a lot of this stuff, is what I'm saying. But it has to kind of rotate. I'm still going to use some of this stuff where it was these panels and then the engines. So let's get that figured out. And again, make it so it's clicking. Am I getting Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? I don't know. I might. Is it motorized or is it just a hand crank that makes the waterfall flow? Because that'd be kind of cool either way. Aw. My family doesn't know I stream on Thursdays. Is it a hand crank? Cool. Yeah, I might get it just for the figures. I thought I'd caught somebody in an oopsie leak because I kept seeing it pop up on social media. And then I was like, well, I don't want to link back to somebody's social media. I want to link to Lego's official post about it. And since I don't have Facebook or Instagram, I was like, well, they're not going to post on Blue Sky, so I'll go to their site. I didn't see anything. And then I went to their YouTube channel, didn't see anything. And I'm like, really? And somebody goes, yeah, it's in their blog. And I'm like, what? Okay. And everyone goes, yeah, I got an email about it. I'm like, I didn't get an email about it. That's lame. So Axel. So yeah, I saw it. And it looks cool. Looks all right. Everybody wave at the camera. Sorry. You sent me a thing that said I was looking at this thing you drew for me a long time ago and I love you, Dad. I'm like, oh, well, I can't not say hello now. So, okay, getting back to this real quick. I want a wheel axle, I think. But these are too big. So, plate wheel, I think. They don't call them axles. Something like this. But this is going to be really hard to connect to. Find compatible bricks. There's not going to be... I guess these can go in it. Like that, something like that. It's not a bad idea, actually. Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? Are you tired and hurts?
Yeah, tired and hurts. Did you do sausages?
I did. There are more.
Yep. I'm going to do them.
So Beth may join us on stream Sunday building a Simba. I've created a monster. She will not stop buying Lego sets.
We have to now because our electric bill.
Yeah, our electric bill is $450.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't know how.
oh yeah, I need to change that. Thanks. I keep forgetting to change things.
What?
I keep forgetting to change things on the stream. The ticker that goes across the bottom. Okay. This isn't ratchety. I don't like that. There's not a lot of... They're not called ratchet. They're called click hinge. They only go one direction. So I'm okay with them just like flipping up 90 degrees maybe. But they look like they kind of spin on an axis back in the back. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Like this with this. I don't think that's going to work really well. There's nothing that's very small. There are, there's things like this. That could work as the hinge part of it, but you need to get like this part to go in it. And that's pretty big. And then once it's out here, then you got to figure out how to build wings around it. Like that'd be good, but again, then you have to figure out how to attach something to it. That comes in like dark gray or black. This is black. So like that could go right here. But again, I think that's getting too big. I think it may just have to be something small. But something small, but that is a good connection. Like I've fallen into the trap of doing small connections and they fall apart. So let's finish out the base of it over here. I think I can do, I don't know why I didn't do this already, but do this. What the heck? make it black. That comes in black, so let's make this white. Let's make this black. What color do these come in? Make that black, make this white. Okay, black, black, white. Leave some gray stuff around here. Let's do dark gray. They come in dark gray. Yeah. What's up, James? This is Saw Gerrera's Aurora class freighter. It's his partisan version of the Aurora class freighter. This was the ship used by the Zygerian slavers, Zygerians and Thalassians, cat people, the cat people slavers that you saw in Clone Wars and Rebels. But his partisans have one of these, and you see it in this one scene in Andor. They've got a couple X-Wings, they've got this guy. I think they might have a U-Wing somewhere, but thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoy. If you have any questions about Lego or Lego related stuff, let me know in the chat. Got a couple active people in here too who can speak to some Lego stuff. Good knowledgeable group of people. I had started this last time, but I never finished it, so I'm just trying to get it finished, along with a couple others. We got the A-Team van, and then wanted to start on a Batmobile. So what we officially got done last time was, what did we build last time that we got done? Was it that? We did, this was what I officially did last. Captain Phasma and one of the First Order landers. And then I think we redid the shuttle, made it a little smaller. It's still not very small, but it's smaller than it was. But yeah, that's what we did last time. Yeah, I started doing this because I ran out. I started doing it because I finished another one ahead of time. So try to get this one done. And since there's not a whole lot of images for it, I don't exactly know a lot of its. Like, I think that's more straight than the Clone Wars version. These look a little more angled. So I think maybe I will keep that area open for however to rotate it. The V19. Yes, I've done a Microfighter V19, and I had one of the original V19 sets. The new one looks pretty good. I always liked that fighter. I think of all the... I like the weird looking fighters. So B-Wings, V19s, lopsided stuff, you know. Stuff like that. So... I'm trying to think of a... Because there's no... There's no plate with just a bar sticking out of it. Like this. So I could do that. But this has a tendency to wobble, and I'd have to cover it, which that's not a problem, so it doesn't fall off underneath. Oh yeah. I don't put everything up on Rebrickable. I haven't for a while. I just kind of ran out of steam with that because there were so many of them and I was losing track about what I'd done, what I hadn't. I tried keeping an upload Bible of, like, you know, here's all the ones that you've done, here's all the ones you want to do, here's the ones that you've designed but haven't built. Here's the ones that, you know, have you put this out on social media yet? Have you made instructions? Do you have a figure for it? Does it need to be a custom figure? Have you made instructions? Are those instructions on Rebrickable? Is it someone else's design? Like I had this whole thing set out, and then my brain exploded, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to do that. But I do have, a V19. So this is the V9. This was a new one because I had an older one that was much bigger. It says 73 parts, but it's more than that because there's a couple grouped. But yeah, this is, I redid it to make it a little more Microfighter-y. And it worked. It works pretty well. I actually built it. It's somewhere. I don't have the bag for it close by, but it works pretty well. My concern mostly is these pieces, these 1x2 plates, with the clips on them, are notoriously loose. They get really loose over time. They're very fragile, and moving them up and down, or if they keep falling off, like I try to collapse the wings so they go into the bag okay, but then they'll fall apart. So, but yeah, this will swing up. This should all swing up into place, and it clips. It'll kind of nestle in that little clip there, and then of course these will all swing up too. So it all works. It's all there. Where's that from? It all works. It's all there. It doesn't land really well. You can see that it might need something under here so that when it lands, it doesn't tip forward because it's got this right here. But yeah, save those. Don't save. It all works. It's all there. Oh, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. You're bringing him back to Earth. And he says, it all works. It's all there. It all works. And then, is there anything here you could do without? He says, yeah, me. Yeah, if you'd like, I can get, I don't know if I had the instructions for it or not, but I can work on that and get them up to Rebrickable. So this is going to be the hard part because I don't want this wing section to be huge. I don't necessarily want it to be on a clip. Maybe I'll do it as a brick. Maybe instead of like a flat wing thing, it is a bunch of this. That's only going to go in so far, and then there's a little clip there. Like that, and then I can put the engines on the outside of this. And these can be black or dark gray. I don't know what color they are in the show or anything. It's hard to tell. Oops. And then the engines, we'll do a bracket. This may not be super stable, but we'll see how it looks here in a second. And I could probably do one less of those. And then an engine. Looks like it's got some opening there. Almost looks like we could do this again. Try to figure this out. 3127. Let's look that part up. 3172. Oh yeah, that's probably better because then you can put a friction pin in there, and it's designed to do that. That's not a bad idea. Because then you can do just another one of these right next to it. This is also to be honest, this piece wasn't available when I redid it. This is a relatively new piece. What's up, G? Everybody say hi to my youngest. This is Greg. I think that's the one that's you can buy them in bulk. I forget which ones. One of these with the friction pins is super cheap. I think it's this one. So you can do that, and that would make. I might go in and replace mine, because that's a good solid connection. Again, this wasn't available. There were the other. There were these guys and these guys. So you could have done 2 of these. And that's still a better connection probably than what I had. But these would be better to hold onto the plates next to them. So very good connection there. Hey, there's 2 Gregs in here. Two Texas Gregs. And I don't know what the back of it looks like. Let's let this play. Okay, so they're just rounded, and it looks like they got stuff on the top there. So just round it all the way back. Yeah, there's a guy, he's in the Houston Brick Club for sometimes. Greg Dillon. From Beaumont, Baytown, somewhere. Don't worry about it, James. That's what this whole thing is about. It's about learning. It's about exchange of ideas. I don't think I like a bracket there. So let's see. There's those mod brick rounds. Round. Let's just say, hey, mod round. Let's see if we can use, I guess not, round brick. I can never remember. Yeah, there they are. These guys. Let's see if I can make these work. Let's put a regular plate in here to give it a little. Can we? Is it going to conflict? It probably will. Oh, maybe not. Okay, cool. I'll put that guy in there. And will another one fit here? Jumper. Last week we went down we totally went down an LDU. Thanks for the tip on turning that into a short, by the way. Now I will be able to maybe do more shorts. So that was fun. This is cool, but I have to do all these like additional things to make it work. Like I don't think that's wide enough. Also, I think these could be thicker. Like the wings themselves are fine, but I think I could probably get away with doing like plate, like a 3 wide. This may be a little big, but we'll see how it looks. And then, so this is why I'm thinking of brick, because if you're doing, oh, my brain. I could do that, Greg. If you wanted to, you can. I mean, I won't tell him what, but yeah, if you want to, you can. I was going to do that with that one short, but then I didn't want to like do all the back and forth with it. But yeah, I'm not going to stop you. This maybe, I don't know, that's a pretty good size, I think, for the engines. All right, I'm going to do one way and one another. So we'll just see how this works. We'll do slope. I haven't used meld, so I don't know. I can try it. I'm not adverse to trying something else. But Prism just didn't seem like it was... It just seemed like it was doing... It didn't seem like it was working. Like, the whole last stream, I didn't have any staggering problems or stuttering problems. I might hear. That's probably just a network issue. But, yeah, that's too big. But, yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to trying other things. I think that's going to be too big, although that's a pretty good shape. Here, there's just no way to connect that. Okay. I was originally going to do a slope. Like this. Then a 6. And a tile. Because then I can do... I can do something up front here. With a bracket. Yeah, I've never seen you have a problem with it, Johnny. So it's got to be something I'm working on. Either my computer... Well, the thing is, like... I don't know that my computer's any worse or better than yours. I don't... I think what it is my ISP's upload speed is just terrible. I do need to call them and say, what's up? I need you to get on this. And I'm not going to throw my weight around and be like, I'm a streamer and I know from bad... Blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to do that. But I'll just say, hey, you know, I was doing some stuff the other day and... Oh, you know what? I'm going to do a 3 tile. And then a plate. I'm going to change all these colors. And then an ingot. I don't know what those are categorized as. There we go. Except I need to figure out what to put back here. I need to put an engine back here. So this is a good shape. Like, this is not a bad shape and size. I think that would work. That's probably a little big, actually. Let's look at the ship again. Let's get rid of these guys. I don't need that. I don't need this or that or that. Get rid of some memory here. Okay. Yeah, this is much smaller. It's not the whole length. Most of the length of the ship, and I still got stuff to put on the back here, so maybe about half of this or a third of this. So if we did a bunch of 2x4 or 2x2, 2x3 plates. Uh-oh, paused. I say I'm not dropping anything, and then as soon as I do that, it just said, like I just saw that it dropped. Yep, here we go. Nope, it's still here. It'll catch up. It just buffers for a second. I'm going to pull this up so I remember to do this later. It's not an outage. I don't want to sail. I don't remember what my... Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a forgot password later, but I'll leave this up so I remember to do it later. Because my upload speed is terrible. And if I pulled up a static ping right now, you could see the milliseconds would be bad. So... all right, this isn't doing what I want it to. Let's do mod bricks. Mod bricks are going to be better for me because it'll be able to do the top and bottom of the engine. So something like this. And then I will be able to put stuff on that. I have to manually push it to the live, but it's all good now. What? Catching up. Yeah, and I can tell it's cruising along, and all of a sudden it'll say drop frames, and the drop frames will just start going up. The difference is on Prism, it was getting to the point where it was completely shutting down the stream. And the last couple times, the stream crashed. The application crashed. So I'm like, well, I'm not doing that anymore. Oh, yeah, the LDU. So this is... LDUs mean Lego Draw Unit, right? So... if you have, it really only means something in software applications. There's the chunkiness of how you move stuff right here. So if I've got a plate, let's get a big plate up in here, and I have a brick that I put on it. If I've got the biggest chunk, it should go stud to stud when I move it with your WASD keys. Punk, 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 punk. It goes stud to stud. If I do this medium grid, it should go half stud, right? This is really only useful if you're, I feel like if you've assembled something and it's a big like sub-assembly and you want to move it into place and attach it to something else, there's two ways to do it. You could ooch it in with the arrow keys, or you could do the connect tool, which I like better. But then there's the smallest version, which is 20 movements. So you count to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's between two moves there. Then there's plate movement. If you wanted to move from one plate to another plate up, it's 8 movements. This is, again, the smallest movements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? And then that, since that's 3, then it's another 8 to the top of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then it matches that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then it matches this. Because bricks are 3 plates tall. So if you're doing math because you've got snot bricks, meaning bricks, studs not on the side, and you're trying to figure out how to make something look smooth, and it's mashed with parts that are tipped sideways, this is a great way to kind of help you remember, well, this is this wide and this is this wide, in trying to figure stuff like that out. There's also this plate movement, which is different. This will now, instead of moving half a brick, because this, when you're using this key, excuse me, let's put another brick here. If you're on the chonkiest, this is 1 brick up, should be. And if you go to this one, it should be half a brick. And if you use this plate, it's also going to move half a brick, right? But if you move over to this, where it's that plus P with the plate, it only moves 1 plate up. This is helpful too in times when you maybe have a plate rotated sideways and you're trying to move it. It's going to line up with the brick connections and not the plate connections. So you want to be able to use them. And a lot of the times you can just drag and drop and it'll snap to it and you don't have to worry about it. So apparently the D snot 1x1 brick is a multiple of half LDUs. That would make sense. Which is going to be different though, depending on which one you get. Because there is the snot brick, and you can see how this lines up, versus these snot bricks. That's a different height than that. Which is why you see a lot of instructions do, there's a plate. If I can remember, they do this trick a lot. So you don't have to have a full one of these snot bricks. I turn on caps. Boy, we're off on a tangent tonight. Tell you what. So this will match this, right? But it also has the ability to put a plate on the back of it. So they do this a lot in a lot of things, especially cars, because you want to have something to attach it to the rest of the car without putting another whole plate under here, right? But you can also then put snot bricks with adjacent studs on this. So it gives you more options. Anyway, LDUs, snot bricks, it's all good fun. Isn't the backpack bracket the only piece with a 1 LDU thickness? The backpack bracket. I don't know, we can test it. It could be. There's 2 of them. I think I got 2 of the same ones here, yeah. So the other one, there's a difference, and I can't remember what the difference is. The difference is the thickness, right here. So, well, let's look at it like that. One of these is that thick. The other is not. Fafa Bear 8, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. We're going down crunchy nerd Lego building technique things. So I want to put a brick, I want to put a plate here just to measure. Boop, boop. Okay, so this is supposed to be 1. Let's do it on the smallest. So this should be 1. It's much bigger than 1. It looks like nope. 3. That one's 3. And this one, because this is going to be different, 3 and 4. So very small, but not 1. I think 1 would be like a business card thickness. Anywho. Yeah, welcome in. Jacob Stanley, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Okay, so fooled around long enough. Let's get this going. Let's do a 2x4 right here just to see how this looks. Line that up. So while we're in here, then we can, that's pretty good because then we can put stuff inside here to make the front of the engines. And they don't have to be super round, but it would have been better if they were round. And again, this is going to be, if we can figure out how to put these in here. And I think we can go back to our friends, the speed champion guys. Those are a little low. Might be able to do a full snot brick in there. Let's see. Brick modified, just one brick facing one way, like so. Yeah, that doesn't work. Okay. Didn't think it would. The goblet does. Goblet. You mean on its lip? That guy? Or like on its stem? Well, that's whatever that's for hands. There's another one here. Okay, so let's do. There was the rounded brick. These guys seem to be the only thing that fit, and it goes up perfect. So I'm gonna do. Look at that. Isn't that neat? So we're gonna do this. Actually, we could do just a tile. We could do a pill tile, rounded tile, like that. Sexy. Look how sexy that is, and we can color it whatever we wanted to. This also means these could be tiles. They don't have to be plates. The only reason I would do a plate is to get something on that back end over here. So we'll take a look at how this works here in a second. And then this is rounded. Oh, this is going to be fun. Y'all don't even know, because then I think I can do that and that to make it rounded on the edge. And then a couple more of these over here on the inside. Multi-use piece. And then I can use one of these guys to make the back engine. How nice. Booster goblets. So now the engines are, yeah, there's still a thing up here. So what I might do, this is all being held down by that, is I can do a 3 tile and then a slope. And Bob's your uncle. Neat. That works really well. Okay, so I'm gonna have to try to do a little more dark gray in here because these guys don't come in a whole lot of good colors. They come in black. Let's use black for all these guys. So, okay, for studio noobs, I'm gonna do part type. You hit Shift V and it changes your cursor to all these different options. You can also go up here and do select and drop down, and you can do by color, by type, by color and type, or by whatever is connected, right? So I'm gonna do by type, and it should be this little 3-dot thing, and I'm gonna pick all these guys. I don't have them anywhere else, and I'm gonna color them all black. And then I'm gonna color these 2 things dark gray. I'm gonna color this. I don't know what the front's gonna be. Can't really tell what the front's gonna be. Okay, well, that's hard to tell. Let's make it, let's leave it that. And this is gonna be that color as well. Cool. That's the beauty of like starships sometimes, is you're like, well, it could be gray, it could be light gray, it could be almost white. There is literally a color that is If I turn the filter off here, you turn the filter, you go up to your colors. So here's your available colors up here, right? I realized my stupid mug was covering it up. Here's your color palette, right? You pick a piece, you drop down, it gives you, should be by default, I think, what color is available for that part. If you hit this filter and turn that off, now you can pick any color. This only really works if you're doing digital only renders and you don't plan on buying the parts ever, or you don't plan on having anybody else build it, and you're just showing, like you're doing an art piece or something maybe, and it doesn't matter if these parts exist with that color, you can turn all those off. The reason I'm doing that is because there is a very light gray and a very light bluish gray. I don't even know how many pieces exist with these two. You can't even really tell the difference with the very light bluish gray or not. Greg, there is such a delay. If I turn on very low latency, I think I drop more frames than I need to. So, and I think I've already dropped more frames since then. I'm at 1.9% now. But yeah, I don't know how many colors. So in Bricklink, what you can do that now is click on over here by your palette. I know the chat's kind of covering it up. You click on your palette, and down here, the content, it's under the chat. I'm going to hide the chat real quick. Just for a second. But under here, you can see what colors are in the model you're currently working on. So if you hover over it, it should tell you what color it is. Maybe not, but they're the last two colors I picked. So if we did very light gray, right? Very light gray, okay. So if I did hide unavailable parts for this color, this might take a second. I don't think there's maybe more than 10 pieces in this color. And again, this tends to choke the software a little bit because it has to go through the database of parts and eliminate whatever is not that color. All right. No, not done yet. Did it do it? No. All right. Yeah, 4 parts. A 3x6 tile, a 6x6 tile, and a Scala tile. Wow. Look at that. Look at that monstrosity. Don't even know. That doesn't even have a price on that. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's I can't do it from here. I don't know if I can do it from here or not. Yay. Yeah, sure. All right. You're up, G. So let's see. Yeah, like, I don't know what this was for. It appeared in 4 sets. Very light gray. These are, okay, so these are Scala. Yeah, I'd set hotkeys, but I have, like, there's so many hotkeys that I would use in Studio that I would get them confused and I'd end up hiding something and being frustrated that I couldn't find it. I've thought about it, but it's just as easy to go over and just click on an eyeball or something. So I'm not worried about it. I'm not that rigorous of a streamer. So this is weird. If you've never seen Scala, Scala is a late 90s theme that was these like actual kind of Barbie-like figures where you would build the house for the figures. Really weird, right? And in fact, the Rebuild Your Galaxy, or Rebuild the Galaxy. Hey, Cliff. Yessi Scala is one of the characters from the new Rebuild Your Galaxy show. Yessi also means something else. And I forget what it is. I went down a rabbit hole trying to find it, but yeah. So that's this color part, very light gray and very light blue gray, would be amazing for Star Wars ships. And I'm thinking of ones like the T6 Jedi shuttle. That is kind of ambiguous. They've had two sets now. One of them was white, one of them was light gray, because it's hard to tell which one it was. You should be able to see the chat. It should be there now, yeah? All right, so I like this a lot. Just to be... Oh, let's undo this. I don't want that hidden, and I want them all the gray. Light gray. No, light bluish gray. Uh-oh, do I have light gray in here? I shouldn't have any light gray in here. What's light gray? Color validator. Oh, that, okay. That should be light bluish gray. Okay. I was gonna say I shouldn't have... What else is light gray in here? Tell you what, we pick a color. Is it that? Nope. Is it his hand? It's not that. There it is. I thought I changed that. Light bluish gray. Okay, that should drop off now. Oh, it still has it. Why does it still have it? Let's get him out of there. Release. I never want to do... Yeah, so that dropped off now. I never want to do light gray anything. It's harder to find the parts. They're usually older parts. Unless you're doing something like castle walls or maybe even really big spaceships that have like different kinds of paneling. Oh, yeah. Okay, thanks. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I thought the latency was pretty good. I had it at normal, which isn't instant, but it's, it's 10 seconds or so. So I thought it was pretty good, but maybe something is jacking it up. Okay, so that was good. I like that. Let's put a round tile on here, or one of these tiles like that. In the way of it moving. Good. And on this back part here, we will put we can even do, because this doesn't come in. I'm gonna turn the filter back on. I need to know what these parts come in now. Why does it keep wanting to be light gray? I don't want to do light gray. That's frustrating. No, it's dropping. Okay, it should be back now. It was buffering for a little bit. It shouldn't be dropping anymore. Nope, still dropping. Dang it. So I'm sitting here at roughly 2600 kbps. and it's just cruising along, right? And then it goes to 0, and then it goes to 19,000, and then to 0, and then to 19,000, and then it goes back to 2,600. And I'm like, I give up. I don't know what to do. Again, I'm going to double check to make sure I don't have anything else trying to steal bandwidth. Beth's watching stuff in the other room, but I can't like not have her do that. And again, I'm going to turn this off. I don't need that anymore. Okay, so I'm going to copy and mirror. Oh, I want to do the engines. What colors do these come in? That's why, because I picked light gray over here. What colors do these work in? Sweet, none that I want. Okay, well that settles that. I don't want to do but it might be pretty cool to do. I don't know which one it is. One of these can do trans medium blue, trans light blue. Can be the engine back there. That's pretty cool. It doesn't have to be rounded. I want it to be rounded, but it doesn't have to be. Or you could put 2 round plates back here. But it looked like a single engine. You could do that in that color. So it keeps the roundness of it. But it looked like, oh, I can't flip back to it. It looked like one single engine, so we're going to do this for now. And that looks pretty cool. Yes, welcome back. Thank you for hanging in there. I know I have more music than this, and I don't know why I keep stopping like halfway through. There should be like 4 hours of music. Okay. Nope, dropping them again. Cool. This is fun. I don't have any network connection right now. Oh my God, look at that latency. Gee, Christmas. That upload is anemic. That is 1990s level. But also, I don't know what the latency is across the line. I could reboot my modem. It's not going to fix anything. Yeah, that upload needs to be closer to this 80 like it's talking about. That's ridiculous. And ping in the hundreds of milliseconds. No, that's no good at all. All right, so I need to put in a call with them or San Antonio alert. Also, Greg, you can chat with me on here. I can't keep looking back at my phone while I'm doing stuff. It's taking me all night to get this one engine done. So copy and mirror. Put this over here on this side, and then we need to make sure that these guys are affixed. So we'll put a plate in here. Yeah. I have a different idea of fun than most people. We'll put a regular plate in here. And then we're going to cover this whole bottom thing up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to do a 4x6 because we can. Because the bottom of this ship is flat AF. If I still have pictures of it, there's nothing on the bottom of this ship. That's it. And then we'll work on the back. So let's put a 4x6 plate right there. Holds it all together nicely. Bam. And then maybe I'll put another piece. Put another runner. Maybe a couple boat bottoms. Those are always good, right? Hold that in place and then put them in the back here. Let's make that dark gray. Okay. Cool. All right, so in the back, can't really tell from here. That's a pretty good shot. Oh, that's like it's got its back end opened up. These guys really don't have anything, but I know Saws did. And again, I may have to open Disney up. See if I can get that image back. I'm going to screenshot those. Continue. Yeah. So if you look, it's got these little things up here. So this all goes up into a point up, and this should be pretty easy. I don't think I'm going to worry about these little thruster things on it, but I think I like either the roller skates are pretty good for those, or binoculars. Binoc. These are also pretty good. Really depends on what I can get to hold them in place. I think I would rather do the binoculars, but all right, so let's build this up a little bit to the back. Let's put some there's no good way to do this. Oh, there might be a good way to do it. Okay, so jumper. We'll do 2 jumpers. We'll do a brick. Modified brick. Hopefully that doesn't clash too much with his armor. Doesn't look like it will. But it will when I put whatever I was going to put on it. do round plates. What I was going to do is make more of this like tall triangle piece to get a little higher up, but I think I might just use let's do well, there's a few things we could do here. Modified brick. So yeah, it might be the storms, but I mean, it might, for me, it might have been the storms for the past couple months. Like this has been kind of like a nightly occurrence for me since, I don't know, since like May. It's been bad since like May, roughly. It was okay before then, and I'd switched over to Prism for a while. That's pretty good. And on the front, I was going to do a slope. Problem is, this is all basically in line. Like, I don't think it's, yeah. So it doesn't need to be that high up. Which means this chunky boy can probably go away. And we'll lower this. So here's where we run into moving with your arrows. We know this is a good brick height, and that's half a brick height. I'm okay with that height. It doesn't have to be flushed, but that's flush. That actually isn't too bad, now that I look at it. Except there's these brackets holding him in place here. So I may go a little higher and do one down. Again, this is gonna be a weird, this is gonna be like a plate and a half. It's not gonna be actually two plates. So let's do, oh, there's that one plate that's, it's a mod brick. It's 2 by, okay, let's do this. It's 2 by 2 by 2/3. Is that what it is? Yep, that one. These come in black, so we can do that. That'll work. That's a little better. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Because then up here, I'm going to put the ubiquitous, which I don't think I can use here. I may have to get rid of that. Because usually you put in the all Microfighters have them. They have that little window thing. And I don't think his arms can go up any higher with that armor on. Maybe that's all we needed. Okay. All right, let's color this back here. So these can come in dark. I don't want to color that. That's fine. The binoculars come in dark gray. Let's do this in white. These in black. I'm just making this up as I go. And black. Nope. Dark gray. Cool. I think that's all I want to do on this one. I think that one's done. This one can be white. Yeah, that's good. Now that I've spent an hour and a half mucking with 2 engines and, you know, whatever. So this is very typical Lego build. Nothing underneath it, but this is a very flat ship. Let's go ahead and save this. Saw is an actual figure, but this is the best he doesn't exist in studio, so this is the best I could do with that. And let's see what the engines look like now that I've got these together. So let's group all of this minus that guy. And let's rotate it. So that's a little higher than or a little more than I wanted. But it's doable. Like if you wanted to move the engines, because these are supposed to land kind of like it's supposed to move farther in the back, which we can do. Like I can probably figure that out, but I think that's fine. I think this is going to be good. All right. That one's done. I'm not going to do a render because I don't want to jinx any software luck I may have going on right now. So that one's done. Save for later. I'll just keep it over here. So the A-Team van is the next one. Got some Batmobiles here. We'll work on the other one later. I don't need these in here right now because that's not part of it. So A-Team van. Thanks everybody, I appreciate it. So the A-Team van is basically just a car. I'm not really good with cars, but I know that this needs to be part of it because that piece looks like it's part of it. So behind that we need a grill. I think 6 wide may be too big. Unless I'm doing 5 wide here. I'm doing 5 wide? That seems chonky. I don't know if yesterday's been agreed to this chonkiness. I appreciate you all hanging with me. I know it's been kind of touch and go with the network. So the hardest part for this is going to be 2 things. The figure, which I think we've solved, but also this angled stripe. It's iconic. It needs to be part of it. And I haven't the slightest idea how to make that happen. At this smallest scale. Like you can do a plate in between the black and the gray, but unless you're just stacking plates, it goes the other way. This could be a brick now. It's going to be very hard to pull that angle off. So I don't want to have to print stickers, but if anybody has any ideas. Can you do a red tile stripe using snot bricks on the outside? Yeah, probably. That adds a thickness to the car, but if we were to do, let's say right here, let's use this one. We'll move this one up and do modified brick. Maybe one higher. I'm just playing at this point. And we'll get a 4. Maybe and these can be red too. That doesn't need to be red. Like that. Well, it goes all the way to the back. So if this goes all the way to the back, it'll be fine. This probably needs to be a little higher. But See, I'm just stacking plates at this point just to get a good height. Also, this is going to bug me. Fill that in. That's not terrible. Make it a little more flush like that. Pretty good. All right, let's just assume that that's going to be how it's going to... And honestly, there's no reason you can't do that here. You know, line it up. Like this could be a little higher, maybe. Nope, just you. Like that, with 2 tiles. Get that off that corner just a smudge. Although this is a tile, which means you turn on this guy a little bit and you fudge it, and there you go. You can still fill in behind it with those red plates. Maybe not that one. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. These newfangled mows. So this becomes a math problem at this point now. 45? This is a 45-degree cut. So this has to rotate 45 degrees. It's going to go up. Minus 315. Dang it. And this guy can move over. Why does that not want to work? Oh, I forgot 2s I can slide 2s. So what you'd want to do is put a 2 over here so you could slide it. So if it doesn't fit exactly, you can just slide it a little bit. Like that. And you can slide it all the way up. You can keep pushing them until they get to the front. And at some point transition to plates again to go around the front of the van right here. I will put another one of these. Slide it up. And then this may be pretty severe of an angle because then you have to this is just brainstorming at this point. You have to have another one of these. And then where do you put that? Turn that on. Nope. Nope. I'm sure it works out some way. Maybe with like a jumper somewhere. Get a brick in there. Plate. And this is just to make the stripe. Like, I don't even know about the rest of the van. Jumper. It's a modified tile. Oh, maybe it's just a tile. I keep doing that to myself. It's just a tile. No? Is it a modified plate? Yeah. That's not bad. I don't know where that came. What, hon? No. Yeah, this just seems really fat for a car. Like maybe 4 is better? I don't know why I thought that 5 would be good. That just seems really big. What are these called too? I looked this up. And it's not plate, it's not round, it's wedge, rounded wedge. Yeah, wedge. These things, they're just wedge. All right, Johnny, take care. Thanks for being here. Yeah, if that's gonna be dark gray. Dark bluish gray. I think I just want to do 4 wide. I don't think 5 wide's where it's at. Oh, I know why I did it. Because I wanted these wheels that way. And I couldn't figure out another way to get these wheel holders on there. Surely there's a different piece for this. Maybe I ran through this. Maybe yesterday Ben already ran through this. See, there's this piece right here. Why does that not work? Okay, I think I was just being too clever. I think I do want to redo some of this. So let's get rid of all these 5s. And I was entirely too clever about putting these little jumpers in there. He's going to sit in the top. Like, he's just going to sit right here, so it doesn't matter. He's going to sit above everything. Actually, I kind of want him a little forward. Get rid of these and replace them with these. Get rid of this. There's a lot of jumpers in here just to get stuff the way I want it. This is too clever. The wheel wells I'll keep. So make sure this is moved over 1 brick. Grab the wheels and the tires, the wheel wells. Move. Oh, why? Try to select all 4 of these every time this happens. And hit the, there. Thank you. Okay, now this one, move over 1/2 brick. Until it lines up. I'll line it up with a, okay. So these can go in there, no problem. We'll put just plates. Try to simplify this a little bit. I think I was thinking I was all this creative. Oh, maybe I did run into this problem. I think that should still work if I get the other ones. Shouldn't it? They just meet in the middle. Like that. Ugh. I like the way the wheels stick out of that one. Well, now I'm second guessing everything. Because that's not good. The fenders are way too far out. I guess if the wheels stick out a little bit, that's okay. No. Now I know why I did 5 wide. Because that looks really nice, but there's no way to put those pieces in there. Unless I do some jumpery thing. Oh wait, jumper. That might work. Yeah. That works okay. Solved. Cool. Rinse and repeat. And it lines up. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, cool. Oh, and I can put a little clip under here. This worked out fortuitously. To hold this guy in place. Make that black. This all has to be black under here. Hopefully those can be in black. They can. Excellent. These jumper plates are going to be a problem. Nope. They can be in black too. Groovy. Everything black. I don't know what that is. I don't know what I did here. Cool, cool, cool. I'm happy with how this is being rebuilt. So now, put the rest of the car together. You need to sit in the middle a little bit. Let's sit you up here and then just move you over to there. That's good. The hood needs to go directly above the wheels. Right about here. Guess that's going to dictate where you sit. Do you have a thing I can attach? Yes. So I don't know why I can't attach you there. There. That could be a little lower, I think. And one back. So you're gonna have to go back again. And that's gonna be a windshield. We'll figure out a windshield. I can put some curved slopes or some clear cheese wedges up in here for the windshield. This guy can be the window. This guy can go back one. This guy can lean back a little bit. Okay, it's all coming together. I want some headlights and some grills. So I think the grills will be easiest with the grill bricks. So as we get to top of the hour, hopefully I still have some people out there watching, but let me know what you got planned for the weekend if you've got any plans. Gonna go see a movie, or if you're gonna watch any new shows. I think I can do this with a bracket. Might be small enough. Not quite. And I can't put anything else in there. So that, yeah, that can't be that. Can we do, Mermaid Island, cool. So I can put the headlights on that way. Round tile, but they're kind of behind the thing. Although I'm not terribly worried about that. That'll just be kind of the way it is. All right. And that will be the stripe. So we'll put a red brick right in there, a red plate. Coming along nicely. That lines up pretty good. I would almost rather, I think, yeah, that looks better. Cool. And then, yeah, I can do, that hood might be too big for this car. Wedge curved. I think there's another one that's slightly smaller. Nope, that's the smallest one. So instead of these, instead of this, probably do, because I want to, this was 3 back, I want to do 2 back. And there isn't one that's just 2. These are all 3 of some sort. So curved slopes, though, there is, I can do, and this kind of goes along with like the hood ornament, or the hood has like lines down it for where you can open the hood. So we'll do that. And do that as dark gray. And then these guys, which are technically wedges, you have to look under slope, wedge. And I know these will fit here. They just have to. Nope. See, this is the plate height. Ah, see how that works? Copy and mirror. Nope. Copy and mirror this way. And move him over. Both of these, dark gray. Yeah, I like that better. And then I can raise a windshield up a little bit in the middle and have the kind of the rest of the car along the side here. So waiting on parts to build. Yep, I am hoping that I get to make an order for that truck. I think we lost Greg. He was giving me, he was texting me, wall of text while I'm streaming. I'm like, dude, you can talk to me in chat. That's why I have chat. But he said download repo. I don't know what repo is. I'm guessing it's a way to kind of clock your system to get the right streaming or get a better network card or something. And that may be it too. Maybe I got a garbage network card. All right, so this is cool. This is looking cool. I like that. I don't need this. Although I did say that it goes down to that level. Yeah, that's why I have that. Okay. So this plus that. Good. These are all not really supposed to be here. That's just to hold stuff in place. I don't need that anymore because that was flush. I just need these pieces to hold those tiles. So that's all I need. Cool. Liking it. Liking. Yeah, I'm waiting to see if I can order some, if they give me the okay to order parts for those trucks. And I probably won't hear until tomorrow. They seem to get to their emails once a day, which is understandable. You know, business to run and all that. Okay, so let's see. This is going to be one plate. So I can do one plate across here to hold all that up, right? Okay. Kind of build it on the inside out so I know how to repeat it. But this is a good spot. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it here. It's close enough to the top of the hour. I appreciate everybody hanging with me. I know the software is kind of brutal and doesn't allow for me to really do what I want, but other than fight with it every time. So, and it just seems like at about 9:30 every time it kind of craps out. So how long did it take to design that green truck? I want to say about 3 hours. Not terribly long once I started getting into it. Go ahead and save this. It was the hardest part was probably because I knew I wanted to do it about this size with these pieces. The hardest part was figuring out this shape for the front. I knew I wanted these as fenders, and I knew I wanted these wheels, and everything else, like this was just a lucky accident that it fit that way. This is a big, I wish the thing would, it's one snot brick here that holds it on here. And it all is one big chunk. That kind of builds out from that one snot brick. So it should be pretty stable, and you just kind of plop it in there, like kind of like an engine of a car. The only downside is there's this gap in here that shouldn't be there in real life. But I think from the side it looks pretty good. And it actually fits a minifig in there if they want to get minifigs. So I made sure to build around that. Yeah, it took, I want to say 3-4 hours, something like that. I'm going to charge them for 3 hours because I did the instructions for it too. So I think, at least I think I did the instructions. I hope I didn't delete one of these had instructions on it. I think I already did the instructions. So it looks like it was, hopefully it's that one. Yeah, okay, cool. Phew. I was just doing the group so I could get a good upload to Bricklink for the parts and everything. So All right, y'all. Well, take care. I hope you have a good weekend coming up. I'll see you Sunday. Beth will be here. She'll be building Simba, hopefully. I don't know what I'll do. I may be putting together the little potted plants with arms. Those looked cute, so I may do those. So you guys have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.